this is Pepper from pepperscraps.com, and this is my 5th post in the project over at mommyspiggytales.com. It's all about recording your youth in 15 posts or vlogs. Today is all about 3rd grade, and my vlog is going to be a little jumbled as my time frames on everything is going to be a little bit off. It was a really traumatic time in my life, and so we moved multiple times, and I'm not even sure how many times we moved. I'm going to try and remember them all, but I may not make it there. The first move we made was we went from the little tiny country home to the big town. The big town had a grade school and multiple churches, an actual grocery store, and a fast food place. So to us it was a really big town, but actually in retrospect it wasn't that big at all. So we moved to a little tiny apartment right across from the school. I got to follow the crossing guard across the main road to the little school. I remember the school vaguely. I had a best friend that went to that school. We weren't in the same class. We had actually met in church that we started going to in this current town, and we were good friends for probably through 7th grade when I moved, and I still get in contact with her every so often. After moving there, I believe we then moved back out to the country and we moved to a trailer park. And yep, I was trailer trash. We lived in a nice old trailer that had shag carpeting, and always hated losing all my Barbie shoes in that carpeting. We had kittens, and my stepdad had a huge truck that we would get to climb into the back and ride when he was driving around. I had 2 local friends there, 2 boys that were a little bit older than me, and I had a crush on one of them. I remember playing in the creek there, and I also remember going catfishing at the pond across the road, and I also remember the day before my birthday eating as many blackberries as I possibly could from the briars. So I had some really good memories there, but I also had some bad memories. There was a lot of fighting in my house. I remember laying on the couch and listening to it. I had a habit of the couch being a comfort place for me to sleep. There was an incident in the house, and so my mom and I moved out, and we moved to my grandparents' house. We lived in a little tiny, I don't know, you wouldn't really even call it a trailer. It's probably a travel trailer on the back part of their property. I went to a new school, and in this new school my teacher's name was Mr. Killingsworth. I remember it because I thought it was a rather funny name. What would Killings really be worth? And so I also remember the classroom was a split classroom. I was there with older kids because the school was so small. They actually didn't have enough kids for full classrooms. We, at the end of the year, got to go to Mr. Killingsworth's home, and we got to drink out of a mineral spring that he had in the back. I also remember Mr. Killingsworth loved playing his guitar for us, and we sang lots of songs. Lots of really old folk songs. So to this day I still remember a few of them every so often and can sing them pretty well. So after that, oh, actually at that school also is where I got my scar in my eyebrow because we were playing tag on the asphalt and I got pushed and my glasses landed on the asphalt, and so I thought I had made it through unscathed except for my hands really hurt. And I was walking into the nurse's office to get my hands all fixed up. There was this student in front of me who turned around and just started like freaking out because I had blood just gushing down my face. So my glasses had actually cut my eyebrow. The school had me taken to a doctor. He put 3 stitches in, the only stitches I've ever gotten since my cesareans, and they actually dropped me off at my home with nobody home. Thinking back on that, I'm really amazed that they did that. I had just gotten stitches and they just dropped me off at my doorstep. I didn't have a key to my home, so I couldn't get in, and so I was just there waiting for my mom to come home. So I do believe at the end of that summer we did move back to the big town. Just me and my mom lived together, and I believe at that point was the summer of my 3rd grade year, or the summer after my 3rd grade year. It was one of the first times I got to go to camp, and camp was one of the biggest things that I enjoyed throughout my school years. I went for a long time and I really loved it. That first year was a little hard, got a little homesick, but I still enjoyed it. So this is Pepper from pepperscraps.com, and I hope that you'll join me next week for 4th grade, and I will see you then.